Walkaround family, welcome back to another video. Today we have a 2024 Honda Odyssey Elite in modern steel metallic with gray interior. We're going to start off with the front fascia. First thing to notice are these beautiful headlights, full LED high beam, low beam, daytime running lights, turn signal, actually they're not turn signals, but fog lights. The turn signals have regular bulbs in them, which not sure why they don't have LED turn signals. But this Elite also has parking sensors front and back. And on the grille, gloss black, big H up front. This will house the radar for your Honda sensing. You have flat black on the lower portion of the grille down here and body color of the lower portion of the bumper. And you do have this little chrome piece that goes above the grille as well. From looking at the front of it, you know it's a minivan. Like, you look at this, you know it's a minivan. And if you don't like this front end, then you probably might like the Pilot, but you do lose some third row. Wide windshield on the minivan. You do have Honda sensing camera up there in the windshield, and you have a sensor for your rain sensing windshield wiper, which is standard on the Elite. Also on the Elite, you can see the wheel design is different, and it has been different for the past few years, but I have a Touring over here. This is how the wheels on the Elite used to look. Now the Touring took over the old Elite wheels, and Elite get his own unique rim design here as well. So the tires are 235/55 and the rims are 19. And this Odyssey has a protection package on it. So wheel locks, splash guards, and a cargo tray is something you can add on to your Odyssey. But looking at the side profile here, you can see above the windows, it's gloss black, and then kind of disappear with its floating roof because the window wraps around. And the lower portion is chrome, which also wraps around the whole Odyssey as well. Side mirror is body colored. The lower portion is gloss black, and you do have an LED turn signals integrated in the side mirror. The lower portion down here is body colored, chrome door handles, and you have smart entry on all four doors and trunk. You also have a capless fuel filler, so if the Odyssey is unlocked, then this is unlocked. But if you lock the Odyssey, it'll lock the door. Coming along to the rear of the Odyssey, first thing to notice are these LED brake lights. Now it is combination, so the turn signals are regular bulbs. You actually can see the bulbs in there. The lights that wraps around are LED, that looks nice. And then your reverse light looks like it's a bulb in there too. So combination bulb. You do have this piece that connects the two tail lights, and they're mostly gloss black with a piece of chrome in the middle. H is chrome right there in the dead center. And here's a chrome piece I told you that wraps around the Odyssey as well. Exposed wiper. You do get I guess a window spoiler up back. It's a combination of gloss black with body color. You do get the shark fin antenna up there, which is body colored as well. And the modern steel is just a nice color, especially when it's clean in the sun. But even when it's dirty, it's not that bad. You have your parking sensors in the rear because the Elite does come standard with parking sensors front and back, like I mentioned before. You have this little bumper protector that's I'm about to say gloss black. It's flat black, but you also can buy a protector through an accessory as well. Odyssey, big in the back in chrome. Elite, big in the back in chrome, let you know that you don't have the lower Odyssey, you have the Elite. We'll come back to the trunk in a second. Most of the Honda models have been getting the new Honda key. The Odyssey still has the older key. The Ridgeline also still have it, and the Passport still have it, but we're waiting for the 24 Passport and Ridgeline to come out. I'm sure they'll upgrade to the newer key. But for 24, Odyssey still has the older key, which is still nice. You have lock, you have unlock, you have powered sliding doors, you have remote start built in, you have a power trunk, you hold it, pops open the trunk for you. And you also have a hands-free tailgate on the Elite, so you can kick underneath the bumper and it'll open and close for you. And let's just close that back up. And you have a panic button here, and on the back, you do have a button here to take out the emergency key because you still have a keyhole to get into the Odyssey. Also, this says driver 2 because you have memory seats on the Odyssey where, depending on which key you have, you can store your seat position, your side mirror position, and some of the settings on the screen to your key. So when you unlock it, it'll automatically, I guess, adjust to where you last had it. Now, you do have smart entry because you have the smart key. So this button right here will lock all the doors. But if you put your hand in the door handle, unlock. There's like a sensor behind that will unlock it for you. And that also works for all four doors. So if you put your hand on the sliding door, also will unlock for you. Same thing with the trunk. If you walk up to the trunk, push the button, when it's locked, it'll only unlock the trunk, which is cool. So we're gonna jump in here. And I already got it unlocked, and here's the gray interior. So a nice color combination. The gray kind of breaks it up a little bit. And what I like about the gray interior is that even the piping on the seats, because this is unique to the Elite, it's gray. So it kind of matched the exterior a little bit. I'm not sure if you get a black exterior or white exterior, if that still would just be gray, but it just looks nice with the modern steel. On the driver door, where you're gonna rest your elbow is soft. Top portion is soft as well. This portion is really soft and hard plastic, but gloss black here. The door handle is gloss black. Here's your button for your memory seat. So you have 2 position memory seats only on the driver door. And you do have auto up down for the front and rear windows. Door handles feel good to the hand. You do have power locks, power mirrors, and this button will allow you to fold in the mirrors. So on the newer Pilot, when you lock the Pilot, it'll fold in the mirror, but that's not on the Odyssey yet. I'm sure once this body style maybe get a redesign, because it's still the same for 23, it'll get that same feature as well. But one thing you are gonna love, because you are looking at minivans, is the storage. So you have storage there, a little storage there, more storage there, bottle holder in there. You're like storage everywhere. And let's take a look at the driver's seat. So it is perforated, and the Elite will give you the more updated piping. It looks very premium. And you do have a 4-way lumbar support, so up, down, in, and out. Most of the Hondas has went down to a 2-way lumbar support, so Odyssey still has it. You can raise your back, forward and back, the whole seat forward and back, up and down. And this thigh portion right here, you can raise that up and down. And you can see the perforated seats in there. Let me get in there for you guys. Passenger seat also is power, so forward and back. And then the back piece, forward and back. And you have a 4-way lumbar in the passenger seat. Honda recently added that to the Odyssey, I think back in 22 or 21, one of those years. But the seat doesn't go up and down for the passenger. One thing everyone loves about Odyssey is the step in. You don't got to climb into it like the Pilot, and you don't drop down into it like in a Accord or a Civic. Just easy in and out. So if you have like older family members and they need to get in through the side door, it's an easy step for them to get in and out. So we're going to go ahead and close this guy up. And welcome to your Honda. You hold your foot on the brake, you push the button, it starts up. On the left side of the steering wheel, you have a row of buttons. You have your power doors open and close for both sliding doors. Actually, let me get in there. You can actually turn off the power to the sliding doors if you wanted to. You can hold this to pop and open the trunk, the tailgate. You can turn off your traction control there. Your front and rear parking sensors, you can turn them off here. And this is a shortcut to your safety features. You push that and it brings that menu up there. I'll turn that off for right now. Right above that, you do have this air vent. I like this design right here, a little gloss black up top, simple vent. And with these, you turn them all the way to close them. So you don't need additional, like the little circle, you know, the little scroll wheel you use to lock the vents. It's just on the vent itself. One thing I didn't mention is blind spot monitoring is standard on, I believe, yeah, every Odyssey will have blind spot monitoring standard, but it's not on a side mirror. It's actually on the inside. It'll light up to let you know someone's in either blind spot. The side mirrors are power, like I mentioned. You push it, folds in on both sides, and then you push it, it folds back out. The side mirrors are also auto dimming, so that's something you get on the Elite that you don't get on the Touring. They will automatically dim. Somebody have their high beams on at night and it's blinding you through here, it'll dim automatically for you. Below the row of buttons, you have your parking brake there, and then you have your brake hold feature. And to pop the hood is right down there. There's no lever for the gas tank, because remember, you pull the gas tank. Also, to adjust the steering wheel, you pull this lever down, and then you can adjust the steering wheel up, down, in, and out. So the steering wheel itself is leather wrapped, feels good to the hand. You have paddle shifters right behind the steering wheel. You have a minus and a plus, because the Odyssey does come standard with a 3.5 V6. That's on every trim level. And the transmission for each trim level is a 10-speed automatic transmission. And this is what you can use to shift. On the left side of the steering wheel here, you do have some controls. You have your volume. You have a home button for your screen here. You have an up and down to select different options on the screen there. Same thing with the enter. You do have a next track, previous track. You have a back key and some phone controls. So you can answer, you can hang up, and you can use voice command. If you hold it and you have Apple, it's Siri. I'm not sure if you have Android, if it'll be Google Assistant. Maybe if you're using Android Auto. On the right side of the steering wheel, most of your Honda sensing features are here. So you have your normal resume, cancel, and set, and this is adaptive cruise control to adjust the distance. When you push it, it'll up. It's telling me to push to operate. So you have to turn on the cruise control button there. Let's zoom in a little bit. So you push that guy, and then now everything is on, and then you can adjust the distance from the cars in front of you. Let it focus a little bit. There you go. So you have 4, 3, 2, and 1, which is cool to have, and especially on your road trip with your family or you by yourself, comes in handy. You have lane keep assist here, and you do have a heated steering wheel that's standard on the Elite. You can add it as an accessory, I believe, on a Touring and below, but it's standard on the Elite. Now the Odyssey haven't been updated for a few years, so it doesn't have like the full digital screen you see on some of the other Honda products, or the half digital, half analog. Not sure what Honda's gonna do with the Odyssey, but you do have the screen here if it'll focus. But on the screen here, you can view your trip computer, your phone. You can have navigation or just a compass if you're not using anything. You have what music you're listening to or life, your safety features. So here you have road departure mitigation, your blind spot monitoring. You can check them on and off. Your frontal collision mitigation braking, and you can decide what you want on. You have different settings. You can switch the speedometer to miles per hour, from miles per hour to kilometers. There we go. Had a blank just now. Speaking of blank, you can have blank where it shows nothing, and back up top, and right above you have your tachometer up top. You do have this little light bar right up there. You see how it's like white, this little bar right there? So when you're driving, it'll teach you to be more eco-conscious. So the darker the green the light gets, the more gas you're saving. Right now it's white because the engine is on and the Odyssey is running and we're not saving gas. But you do have your temperature on the left side, and you do have your gas gauge on the right side, and those are, regular needles. On your stock over here, you do have auto, you have on, and then above auto, you have your parking light or off, and you have your fog lights control here. You do have auto high beams on the Odyssey. And I believe that's standard on every trim level. On the right side, you have your wipers. So you have off, you have auto, which is standard in the Elite. You have low and high, and then you do have your rear wiper, intermediate, and on. So you can see that guy wiping back there, which is cool. So the controls are pretty simple. Honda tried to give you a balance of not too much buttons, but still kind of minimal as well. Taking a look at the middle screen here, it is an 8-inch touchscreen display, and every trim level will have the same size screen. It doesn't have the new tablet style that everything else is having, but we'll see when the refresh comes around. Now the Elite will have standard navigation built in, which is Garmin, easy to use. You also will have phone here. You have your rear entertainment system, because that's standard in Touring and Elite, where you have the flip down screen. We're going to get back there in a second. You have FM up here. You have Bluetooth audio. You have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. It is not wireless on the Odyssey. I'm assuming when they do a refresh, then it'll come out wirelessly. But right now, you have to plug it in to use that feature. And all these apps here you hold, and you can drag and drop and customize however you want. The setup is made to be like your smartphone. Swipe to the next screen. You have your trip computer, messaging, satellite radio. You have the auxiliary port that I don't know who uses that anymore. You have a social playlist where you can save. I believe you can have up to 6 or 7 smartphones connected to the Odyssey at one time, and everyone can suggest what song to play next. Really cool feature. AM radio is tucked away back here. You do have CabinWatch, which there's a camera in the second row, and you're able to view your seats. And you can see here the second row and the third row. You can even pinch to zoom, see who put their finger in their nose, digging up for boogers or something like that, or who's messing with who. Now on the Elite, you also have CabinTalk, and CabinTalk will allow you, and turn it on, you can either use it as an intercom or use it where you're talking through your kiddo's headphones. So for an example, I'm talking right now, and I don't know if you guys can hear, you hear that echo that's going on back there. Cause hey, sit down, stop playing. We're not going to McDonald's no more, or something like that. So what's cool about this feature is it'll allow you you don't have to turn back and yell back there. You can just speak to the kids and keep your eyes focused, looking straight. And on the Touring only allow you to use that feature through the headphones, not through the intercom like I just did just now. That's unique to the Elite. Back on the third page, you do have Wi-Fi built into the Odyssey. You get a free trial through AT&T. You just got to sign up for it. You do have My Honda Music, and you have CabinTalk. And CabinTalk is what I just showed you, where I was speaking through the intercom. But you can decide how you want it to set up. So if your kid is watching the DVD, She can turn it off. I can hear my echo. If the kids watching the DVD, you can talk through their headphones. You don't have to scream at them, because they're watching the movie, not paying attention to what you're saying. And you also have Honda Link back here as well. So the whole screen up here is full touchscreen. Like even the side buttons over here, they're touchscreen. But your volume is a physical knob, which is cool. And you do have your climate control here that are physical buttons as well. Because I know everyone is kind of going towards a full touchscreen and no buttons, but Honda kind of give you the best of both worlds. So you have your front climate control here where you can control anything, fan speed, the different modes, AC on and off. You can turn the whole system on and off. You can set it to auto, so whatever temperature you have here, it'll automatically keep it that temperature. You have sync on, but if you turn it off, whoever sits in the passenger seat they can choose their own temperature, driver can choose their own temperature, and up here you can actually hit rear climate control and choose the temperature for your rear seating. But if you turn sync back on, then you're controlling all three: fan speed, air circulation, front defrost, heated side mirrors, and back glass. And you saw me hit the rear climate control, and here's your temperature toggles there. One thing that's unique to the Elite will be ventilated front seats. So you have 3 different levels, and you also have 3 different levels for the heated seats, and that goes the same for the passenger as well. If you get a touring, it's only heated up front. And you do have your engine auto stop button here. You have a snow mode because the Odyssey only comes in front wheel drive only. So if you're ever stuck somewhere in mud, sand, snow, you can put into this mode where it will try to get traction for you automatically, get you out of where you're stuck. You also have an Econ Assist, which is going to save you more on gas. You turn it on, the air actually goes down a little bit. Your throttle response is a lot less sensitive, and it pretty much put the whole Odyssey into gas saving mode. Getting rained on. I've been getting rained on all day today, which is crazy. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. You have your hazards over here, and here's your transmission selector, which is a little bit different because you're used to having a shifter or maybe a column up here. But you hold the brakes, hit reverse, and goes in reverse, neutral, and drive. If you push drive again, it will put it into a sport mode. That's why it's /sport. But it will put the transmission to a sport mode. So in reverse, you don't have no 360 camera on the Odyssey, but you do have a multi-angle backup camera. So you have a wide angle, you have normal, and top down. Wow, the rain is really coming down. And you'll have cross traffic as well. So if you're in a parking space and there's a car coming from that way or that way, it'll alert at you and let you know what's going on. You can also turn it off where, well, you make it smaller where you can see your radar on your Odyssey too, how close you are to something. But even if you don't have that on, it'll beep at you, let you know you are close to something. So put that thing back into park. Coming along down here, you do have a Blu-ray player because you do have the entertainment system that's standard on the Elite, also standard on the Touring. And right below that, you do have USB-A. You have an AC 150 watt household outlet, and you have a power outlet as well too, which is a 12 volt. And then down here, you have some additional storage. You have a rubber mat down here. You have your cup holders here. That's one thing about the Odyssey is you're gonna have storage and cup holders everywhere. But cup holders here in the center console. Elite will give you a standard wireless phone charging mat. You can add it as an accessory in the lower trims, but it's standard on the Elite. You do have this huge compartment in here, which houses your auxiliary port, and you have a USB-A port down here, and your headphones that come with your entertainment system. Plus, you get a remote as well. Oh, drop that guy in here. But if you take these out, though, there's a huge storage down in there, and you even have these little wire like grabbers where if this is closed, wires can still come out, which I like that. That's actually pretty cool. And then looking on the passenger side over here, you do have a lockable glove box, and it's not lined, but it's pretty spacious. And I love the dash on the Odyssey, especially on the Elite. Like, look at this gray. It's supposed to look like wood, but it looks so nice. And then the passenger door mimics the driver door. Coming along up here, you have your auto dimming rear view mirror with HomeLink built in. You don't have to add an accessory or anything like that. And up here, you do have your interior lighting, map lights. They're not LED though. And you do have your sunglass holder / who threw that Cheeto mirror you want to turn back, you know? Like, hey, I see you back there. And you have a 911 assist button here. And then if you sign up for Honda Link, you have Honda Link assist here. And here's your buttons for the moonroof, but I'm not trying to drown in here, so we're not going to open that. And you have your lighting for your door. But yeah, it does have a moonroof standard. And I think EX don't get a moonroof, but EXL and up, you get a standard moonroof, which is cool. And on your vanity mirror here, you have your vanity mirror with your lighting, and they're not LED, but at least you get the lighting, and that's actually on both sides. Now, we need to get to the back seat, and I'm not trying to get soaked, so what's convenient about minivans is you can just crawl right through here. So we're gonna do that real fast. All I gotta do is step over. Look at that. Boom, and we made it to the second row. And back here, very roomy, very comfortable. First thing I'm gonna notice is mat pocket up here and mat pocket down here. So you have storage behind the driver's seat and two different pockets. Same thing for the passenger seat. You have storage up here, storage back here, and either for your remote that comes with the Odyssey or a smartphone holder, which is cool. More cup holders back here. And if you look down below here, you have an HDMI port with two USB-A ports. Sliding doors are power on the Elite, and there's like multiple ways to open the door. You can open it from the key, you can open it from the buttons over there, you can pull the handle on the outside, you can pull this handle here, and you have a button here. So there's like multiple ways you can open and close it. You do have your sunshade built in on the sliding door, which is cool. And you have your control here to wind on the window, wind it up. On the door itself, you have storage here, so your kids can put all their toys and all their good stuff. You have a small storage right there and a cup holder right there. So you have like literally cup holders everywhere. And mirrors it on the passenger side. The controls for their climate control is up here. And one thing I didn't mention is when you're in rear climate control up front, there's a button where you can lock it where the kids can't mess with the buttons up there. And here's your rear entertainment system up here. So you can have your screen right there. It's not touchscreen, so a lot of people try to touch it. You either got to use the remote to control it, or if you download Cabin Control app to your phone, you can turn your smartphone into a remote to use this. But while we're here, you see you have HDMI in the background, iHeartRadio, USB. You can access some of the settings, but most of the settings you actually will access from up there on that screen, or you will use a remote. And since it's raining out, I don't want to take this out and get soaked, but this middle seat can come out, and right now I just folded it down to be an armrest or a cup holder, but even more storage. I don't know how many, you can fit so many cups in here, your kids could lose their mind. But if you take this seat out, you have Honda Magic seating where you can slide this seat or this seat side to side, which is cool. Also for car seats, they do have the latches exposed, so it's easier to put a car seat down, and you can use a car seat in this middle seat too. So there's like you can see a little plastic right here. You remove the plastic, it'll have a bar in there where you can put a car seat in this middle seat or the outer seat. So you can have 3 car seats up front. And then for the third row, you can have 1 car seat over there and 1 car seat over there. So if you really needed all that space, you can put all the little kitties back there. All right, so let's open up the sliding door. It's not raining that bad, so let's jump out real fast and get into the third row. And it's pretty easy. You can pull this guy right here, pull forward. Okay, jump back here. So, sitting in the third row, you have additional storage in these behind these seats, and you have additional storage on the passenger side too. And like I said, you can have like this little tray if you want to sitting back here. This is one reason why you get an Odyssey and not a Pilot, because look how much room, like this seat I think is all the way back, and I still got a few inches behind myself. I'm like 5'10", and you can fit adults back here, especially 2 adults back here. For the third row passengers, they have a USB-A back here, a headphone jack, volume control. Look at that, they even get their own air vent back here. Additional more cup holders, more storage, and you do get a sunshade for the third row. You even have a little, I don't even know what you even call this, like you hang up your suits or your dry cleaning up here. There's a light back here as well. And you can see the seatbelt in the roof. That's for whoever sits right here. And there's no armrest back here, but like I said, it does seat 3 going along. And you can pull down these headrests to see out the back, and if you have a full house, they can just raise it up. On this side, same thing. You have cup holders, storage, air vent, but instead of a USB-A, you have a power outlet on this side, a headphone jack, and sunshade built in. You even got speakers back here, another hook for your dry cleaning. So if these two have the headphones on and they're watching their entertainment system, whoever's sitting back here can plug in and also tune in to the rear entertainment system, which is cool. And if you want to get back out, you just got to pull this little lever right here, and it'll move the seat up, and you can get out of here. And we're gonna quickly take a look at the trunk, but it actually looked like the rain calmed down, so we can get out of here. Oh yeah, look at that, pretty easy to get in and out, plenty of room. So like I was saying, if you remove this middle seat, and to remove it, you fold it down like how it is right there, and there's a string right here. You pull the string out and it will come out. So once that seat is out, you have a handle on both sides. You squeeze it and slide, and you can slide it to the middle, or keep it the captain's chair, or slide both of them to one side, so it's easier to get into one side. It's all customizable. All right, close that guy up. Let's take a look at the trunk. Still raining out here. And you do get the hands-free tailgate on the Elite. So if you kick underneath it, it'll open for you, and you can also kick underneath it to close. So there's another reason why you buy an Odyssey and not a Pilot, because with the third row up, look how much cargo space you have back here. It's crazy. Imagine you have a full house in here. Everyone's suitcase can be just packed up in here and you're good to go. You have additional storage in here, more storage there, more storage there, power outlet back here. You have your funnel back there for your, if you're using a jerry can. But look at this. And these new floor mats come with all Odysseys now, where it's like this different color. That way it don't look dirty over time. It looks a lot less dirty, pretty much. And this is the cargo tray that the protection package adds. But even without the cargo tray, you know, you have carpet under there, and it's plenty of storage. All right, so all you gotta do is you grab the handle, you pull, and drop it in. And look at that, one hand. Imagine I had a baby in one hand, and there's like 5 kids up there, and I need to quickly drop down the seat. You know, I'm a mom or something like that, or a dad, and look how easy it is to drop it in there. And with both seats down, you have plenty of cargo room. Like, minivans are just so practical. I love minivans. They're so practical. A lot of people hate how they look, but they're up. Here comes the rain again. A lot of people hate how they look, but they're just very practical. I will show you guys how this one looks as well. So look at this. One hand, you pull it and drop it in, and it goes up. Seatbelts in this one. But you drop it in, it goes flat right in there. So you can see both of them flat. Plenty of cargo space back here, which is pretty cool. Like, look at that. You can have pets back here. They can lose their mind. All that good stuff. Pick that back up. Also, you have grocery hooks built into the seat too. That's something I forgot to mention. And the rear seats do recline as well. All right, let's jump into the brochure before I get soaked out here. Look at this. Came out of nowhere. Crazy. If you made it this far in the video, I appreciate you. I know usually my walkarounds are not this long, but these Odysseys are well equipped, especially the Elite that we just did. Here's a breakdown for all of the trim levels on the 24 Odysseys. You can pause this video and read through this, or just go to HondaInformation.com. This is where I get all this information, so you guys can see what I'm seeing. So you have the EX, EXL, Sport, Touring, and the Elite. So the Elite is an upgrade from the Touring, meaning the Elite will have everything the Touring have and add this goodies right here. If you can't decide between a Touring and Elite, this is going to be the best way to narrow off which one you need. For an example, the Elite is going to add the hands-free access power tailgate with programmable height. So that's the feature where you kick underneath the bumper. It'll open and close the tailgate for you. You have rain sensing variable intermittent windshield wipers, power folding body colored auto dimming side mirrors, heated and ventilated front seats. If you want ventilated front seats, Elite is the only trim level to give it to you. And you have a standard heated leather wrapped steering wheel. The sound system is a Honda sound system. I know all the other Hondas has Bose. I'm assuming once the Odyssey get refreshed, they'll probably throw Bose in it as well. But for it being a Honda sound system, 550 watt premium audio system with 11 speakers with a subwoofer is not bad. Not bad at all. You have a multi-zone audio. So with multi-zone audio from the Odyssey, let's say you listen to the radio, you can decide if the radio only plays by the driver's seat, or only hear audio in the front seats, or you can decide only audio in the back, or you can have it all speakers throughout the Odyssey. So you can decide where the sound is coming from, which is cool. You have a wireless phone charger, which is standard on the Elite, and you have blue ambient LED lighting. So at nighttime when you're driving, the door handles light up at blue, cup holders light up at blue. That's your nice vibe, give it more premium vibe. And you do have acoustic glass windshield, front and sliding door windows. Wow, that's nice. So just a more quieter interior compared to the other trim levels. Now let's jump into building one. Here's all your trim levels here. EX, EXL, Sport, Touring, and Elite. We're gonna jump into the Elite because that's what we walked around. Don't worry. We're gonna do every trim level. Make sure you subscribe and stay tuned. I'm doing everything, every Honda, every 24 Honda I can. So let's jump into the details. Let's see, look, it's part of the ambient lighting at night, which is cool. So the Odyssey, every trim level will come with a 3.5 V6, make 280 horsepower, and it's combined with a class first 10-speed automatic transmission. And the Odyssey does have the idle stop technology to help conserve even more on fuel, help you save on gas, and power shift. Okay, well, we kind of familiar with all that good stuff. If you want to know the gas mileage, it's 19 city, 28 highway, 22 MPG combined, which is not bad for a heavy V6 minivan. And you can tow up to 3,500, so you can add a hitch to it and tow up to that. Okay, perfect. Let's get out of here. We're gonna jump into some exterior colors. So you have some options to choose from. You have crystal black pearl, which comes in black interior. And to be honest, here in New Mexico, well, maybe just my dealership, I don't know, probably different for you guys. I'm sure colors are more available where you live, but black Odyssey is really rare. It's really rare for us here. You have lunar silver metallic, and you have the option of gray interior or the mocha interior, which it looks really brown on this picture right now, but in person, it's a little bit darker than this. So I recommend to see one of these in person, but the mocha looks good. But it's a dark chocolate in person. Okay, so the piping is still, look like the piping like grayish or whitish. Yeah, look at that. So with the gray interior, the piping is a dark gray. The mocha is almost like a white piping. That's actually really nice. Specifically to the Elite. Oop, I did not even mean to go way back there. You got modern steel metallic, and you have the option between black or gray. Let me look at the black. So the black is, okay, I see. And we're gonna go back here. You have obsidian blue, which is one of my favorite colors. I like the dark blue. Only comes with gray interior. And I actually want to jump, well, let's look through all the colors first, and I'm gonna go back to the mocha. And you have platinum white pearl, and you have the option between beige or black. And the beige is just a lighter interior. Piping is black on there. I've never noticed the piping before till now, so it's actually cool that I'm actually looking at this right now. Radiant red only comes with beige interior, and Sonic Gray Pearl, which I think only comes with black interior. So Sonic Gray Pearl, Radiant Red, Metallic 2. Platinum White Pearl is $455 more, so it's an upcharge for those colors. But I want to jump back and, well, let's look at the gray. Okay, so gray, the headliner is gray. Black, the headliner is gray. I want to look at the mocha and see what color. Oh, and it's still gray. Okay, so your headliner is gray regardless. But let's jump out of here. And we're going to choose, not white, what am I doing? We're going to choose modern steel with the gray interior. I'll give you guys a breakdown. All right, so base price is $49,970. No premium colors here. Destination handling is $1375. Your MSRP at the time of recording is $51,345. So $51,345. And I say that because if you're watching this video a year later, I'm sure MSRP on this thing is even higher. You do get the Honda Service Pass, which comes with a 2-year complimentary maintenance plan, free oil changes, oil filter, tire rotation, multi-point inspection for 2 years or 24,000 miles. So that's nice that Honda include that with your Odyssey now, because previously that's something you would have to add. And as far as packages, so you have the all-season packages and protection package. Pretty simple. Let's jump into the accessories. So of course you can add crossbars on here. So you probably see up here the Elite or any model, I don't believe comes standard with crossbars. You have to add them. Not roof rails, and you add the crossbars on top of the roof rails. We got body side molding, door edge guards. I always like to look through here, see that if I see anything new. You can black out the emblems. That is nice. The kayak. I like the logo pattern. That's cool. Okay, add a little tent on there. You have your hitches. Oh wow, the locking pin, valve stem cap. I like the welcome lights on interior. Now this is the Elite, so it should have everything. This cargo bending, that's actually pretty clever. Like just in case you don't need all that space in there, but you need some type of storage. Look, it puts a cover on there and everything. That's fire. Okay, I like that. I like that cargo tray that mines have right now. You have the cargo net. Just so you guys can see some accessories you can add to your Odyssey. And you can add the cargo tray over the third row, which is actually really nice. Seat covers in the second row. You have a utility. Oh, that's cool. Utility bin. Wow. So, because right here in the center console, there's nothing there. So you put that right there. That's a nice touch. Third row. And for electronics, you have the engine block heater. Okay. So we're going to head back to the exterior here. And just let me know if I missed anything, if you have any questions on the Odyssey. Are you shopping for one? I know there's not a lot of minivans out there. I'll say 20, 30 years ago, there was so many options. And now you're down to the Sienna, the Pacifica, the Kia Carnival, and the Honda Odyssey. But the Honda Odyssey and the Sienna has been around for a long time. The other new guys, you know, especially the Carnival just came out. One thing about the Sienna, it is hybrid only. So if you're not looking for a hybrid, you're down to the Pacifica, the Carnival, and the Odyssey. If you watched the whole thing, thank you. I know it's a lot of information. It's a lot of features I have to go over. And the Odyssey, especially this Elite, is just really well equipped. So there's a lot of little goodies that it just have. But let me know what you think about the Odyssey. If you have any questions, you guys know from my previous videos, I like to talk. I like to comment back. I will respond. Sometimes if it's a bunch of messages or a bunch of comments, I'll try to get back to everybody. But thank you for watching. I appreciate you for being here. And I'm going to catch you guys on the next walk around.